So I'm going to use this to test ICS compatibility with stuff. So easiest one is going to be the LS1 stock thing. So this is allegedly a CYMA. I'm thinking it's either an old CYMA or it's a JG because it's got this. So obviously it slides on. Will the pin go through and actually sit in? Yes. And there you go. So I had to use the ICS pin. I think they're a little bit longer. There you go. That fits on that. Obviously the ICS wouldn't tell you that because they want you to use ICS. So it's definitely compatible with ICS. But then you say that. This is allegedly an ICS. Doesn't fit on that. So that's good, isn't it? Same with that bit. So I've just took that off there. So this is like the ICS one. Does it fit? Yep. Good. That actually fits nicer than it does on there, which possibly means it fits looser. Pretty solid as well. Alright, so that is all one piece. So if I wanted basically that front end to put that on because, you know, that, then I'd have to change the whole thing, which I probably won't. ICS MX5 front end. Oh. I mean, right, so yes is the answer that it fits, but it would need the lug off of this, which to actually put this on. Oh, that's good, isn't it? That's a different lug. So then if I go to put, say, this on, there's nowhere to actually, you know, put the pin through because that's got no lug, whereas that has a lug right there. So the answer is yes, but I would have to change more things than I want to. Good to know. So this said it needed a motor. This motor's got grossness on it, like, but let's see if it cycles. So this is very likely very stodgy on the inside, considering the mass of grease that was built up on that motor. So I'm probably going to swap that motor out anyway because it sounds laboured, but I reckon it's just gummed up in there. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So a little bit more of a look at the fact they have sprayed the hop a little bit. Sprayed inside. You got the back of the gearbox, so it's possible they've sprayed inside the gearbox. Screw missing off of that. What I do like though is this does seem like a CYMA thing. They've got this little extra bit here. See, it's got little ridges, and that sits on the outside underneath this arm and gives it, you know, like a clicky clicky clicky. And like there's a extra bit there that clicks into it, so that's good. I like that. They improved on the old system. Now let's take this apart and clean it. Barrel's relatively clean. It's just got soot and spray paint. See, some of that got into the hop unit. I'm going to see if I have a spare hop, because I could just swap the whole thing out. I'm also going to put a longer barrel in, since it's got this, to see if I can extend it as far as I can to the end of there. Well, I've got some arms and stuff, so that's fine. That's the most of you know, the other bits of an MP5 hop. Also, an ICS base plate fits a CYMA JG or whatever, and it looks nice. Cool, that's the hop side done. Longer barrel. Also had to slightly modify the silencer because it had a bit of a lip that kind of stops it, akin to an AK. So slight filing on that, and now that lip is also a in a barrel brace, so even better. Cleaned up the paint mostly in terms of around where the actual hop is, and then got what I can off. But yeah, fucking hell. So weird how they've sprayed this. Like, they've definitely sprayed it with an air gun, because that is, you know, it's a light layer. It's a very paper thin layer. But they've also took certain things off, they must have, to spray it, but then just gone and sprayed up the back and inside the, basically inside the hop. Like, what? Weird. Anyway, let's do the gearbox. Still got an air seal with nozzle. Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, definitely needs a clean. I'm gonna swap the cylinder out for a 3/4. Okay, and then that spring seems relatively new. Steel rack, 3/4 cylinder. Change the spring guide out to one that didn't look like it was for a DSG. Gonna give everything a clean, re-shim it. After a good clean up, the CYMA gears look pretty decent, so I might just keep them on. yeah, they'll just give it a service, give everything a clean, get a new stock for it, and then either respray that blue away or see if it wants to come off. Yeah. So, I decided short stroke it by 2 for that not to get jammed in on there. I'm going to go with this. I expect to lose about 40 FPS, 2 teeth. So it's an average about 20 FPS per tooth. So if this gave 345, 350, then I should get about 310. Let's find out. Right, so I've sprayed the main blue bits. There's still a few blue bits on the inside, but that's fine. You don't see them. Converted it to Dean's, got rid of the fuse, safe, semi, and auto. Now we see, I reckon it should give me about 310, 320 at most. Also, that is how far the barrel goes down, and now it stabilizes on the inside of there. All right, 2 5s, 7 4. What do you reckon? Get your guesses in. That was 315 to 320. Oh, that is mad. That's still shooting 350 to 360. Fucking hell. Okay, that is with 0 hop, so you know the deal. Let's go make sure it shoots straight, and then I'll retest the chrono. So, that is currently on about half hop, but it is also swerving, so I'm going to take it apart anyway to sort. But we'll test the power as it is. Still 305, 310. Fuck. Right, XTM 100, we're going to do 2 5, 7 4. You know the deal. 297 to 301. That sounds good to me. Sounds where I want it to be. 301 is 336. 297 is 332. That's absolutely golden. Now I just need to make sure it shoots straight, because what I did as well was I swapped out the hot rubber and nub for a brand new SHS one, because fuck it, why not? So yeah, let's see how it shoots. That is on there. Bloody hell. Had to grease the bad boy up a bit so it'd slide on. But yeah, plenty of space for the connector and shit. Yeah. That certainly does shoot straight. That's good. Now I can put the rest of the bits back together. And then what I'm probably going to do is just see what motors I've got. See which one sounds the nice, cycles the nicest. Spectre Advanced motor. Yes. Yeah. There we go. Added this from mine as well. I don't tend to use scopes, and if I do, they're ornamental. So just looks a bit better with that on, because why not? Also gives the option of scopes for people who have scopes. Rear wired into this solid stock. Plenty of space for as big as a battery as you like. I do like an MP5.